Inspirations for We Are Legion. Throughout the song, in many parts, actually, I call upon by starting to actually get into music by listening to Dream Theater. There's a couple sections where immediately I thought, well, what if I try this here? What if I try this here? We're very Mike Portney-esque. If you ask me, I was only a Mike Portney fan with Dream Theater. Mangini's the man, but Portney's writing was something else. And there's certain sections where I'll even throw out In the Name of God or Stream of Consciousness, that whole section there. There's a lot of parts where I made my own version of certain sections, specifically my favorite parts of the songs. Past the intro, where we start to get into like a very simple gallop when the lyrics start, I transcend from the rototoms, to where I can carry it and then do the rest of the kit, carry it back, and then same thing. It's a very fun, consistent part that just feels good to play. I do like the breakdown past that part. The whole song's great, but the breakdown after that, there's just a lot of openness. And with music, playing fast, it's hard to get the speed, but playing fast is actually easy when it gets to a point. Playing slower and like opening up everything and like kind of stripping the whole song down is harder. There's a lot more room for fuck-ups, errors, forced notes. And this part just fell together where it was very open and it felt natural how it went through the whole part.
You guys want to say hi? Hi, there's Toby, Brandon, and Ron back. Whoa, easy. Save some pussy for the rest of us, Ronald. God, jeez. Yeah, the Uncle Buck hat. Oh no. What? What I miss? Oh, somebody hung over.
Because they hasty?
What? That's reassuring. That's cool. Hey Ken, say hi.
Hey, what's up?
The whisper part's great. I like having the little bit of a break, but I like the cymbal accents that happen throughout and the coming back into the end part. But the end part, I really like. It's a tom riff for the most part with a little bit of like marching snare parts, but then it goes into an actual like stripped apart like breakdown that starts slow, adds fills, builds up, adds blasts. Everybody loves blasts. Comes back down and then finishes literally on the strong like China snare exchange hits. It's one of the best songs, if not the best song I've ever written.
But oh yeah, we just enjoyed a nice pizza dinner at Pizza Port Brewery. Had some pretty good beer. God, this is a steep grade. Oh my God, you know what I'm just thinking about now?
Duck.
Yeah, low bridge. But we're gonna have to walk back up this.
Yeah.
Back.
After we go to Red Fox.
Yeah, true.
So, what this album means to me, I would have to say it means to me, I guess, with all the work we've done and the writing process and just having everybody together like one big family to show what the real reflection of flesh is super huge, man. You know, to be a part of being friends with these guys, and they're my guys, you know what I mean? And then, you know, with the whole recording process, and you know, it's been a super cool experience. I say top 100, you know. But yeah, I mean, it means kind of like what like the hard work I've done and Chris has done and Garrett has done. Put a lot of time in this album. It's the true, really reflection of Flesh. And it's going to be so sick when it's done. With all the albums that we have, this one is We Are Legion. Is the most unique thing that you guys are ever going to see. Between, you know, all the albums that we've done, this kind of stands out as kind of like the one that is like the centerpiece, you know. It's the true reflection of Flesh, you know, Garrett, Chris, and I. It's just with the drums and the guitars and the bass and the vocals, everything is just so much better. And just to have the true reflection of Flesh out there for everybody that can see, you know, the whole world, you know, it's really, really sick. But I think we've progressed as a band as far as like throughout the albums. Like the first one, you know, band's gotten better. You know, everybody's grown as people, you know, and you know, we're one big family here, you know, and I think that's what kind of like sets us apart, is that us three roll together, you know. We call this the machine, and it really is, you know.
I'm filming for the documentary, the Reflection of Flesh documentary right now. Say hello, Rob. Yeah. You got all these other fucking hooligans back here. Fucking knuckleheads, all of them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What does this album mean to me? It means the world, you know. I've busted my ass pretty hard, and it may not seem like it, but I put a lot of myself into this album, a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings just throughout the last year. We told ourselves after 22, you know, coming off of a touring heavy year, that we wanted to focus on the music. We didn't want to rush, which was really important. A lot of the albums prior to this one have always seemed to be like this rush that just is unnecessary. So we wanted to make sure that we took our time, and we did. And we wrote some songs that we all collectively really enjoy. I'm obviously biased. I wrote a good chunk of the guitar riffs on them, so like, you know, I think it's good. Call me crazy. Yeah. But no. It means the world to me. It's the first representation of the band, of the true band. You know, we've been around since 2017, but it was like this roller coaster, this fluctuation of like, are we a death metal band? Are we a thrash metal band? Are we a groove metal band? Are we a new core band? Like, it was just a bunch of fucking rigmarole, essentially. And now I feel like we've found our place, we've found our sound, and it's pretty fucking heavy. It's pretty heavy in my opinion. So that's what the album means to me.
This the new album, We Are Legion. This is the first actual album where it's just the guys that have been writing the music part of this band. Really excited for it. We spent a lot of time making sure it was right, making sure it was well composed, and obviously trying out different gear. But for the most part, it literally is just the new reflection of Flesh. This is what we should have been all along. The difference between albums is basically a rough start. Started as a studio band only, progressed to shows, carried it out from there. The first album was basically the band trying to find its placement as far as like the members go. Drums, guitars, or guitar, bass, vocals. Second album obviously was a little more progress, where we ended up changing lineup again, lost a member, but practiced really hard, got it all tracked, sounded great. But basically that was the next transgression. And then Parasitic, we had the whole pandemic to blame for not practicing, a lot of pent up energy to release what we did. And then now this album, obviously we dabbled in a couple singles right away, but this album is basically like what everything kind of, when it finally came together, throw it in a pot, boil it, simmer. That's what this album is. You know, I'm hoping to get either sponsored by an actual drum company, Tama, hopefully. But we'll see what comes out of NAMM. Obviously, we're there for 4 or 5 days, so we're going to be networking a lot and trying to extend the list of endorsements. As far as personal, like, future, I mean, I'm staying in drumming until I can anymore, so don't expect me to go away anytime soon or without a fight. But personally, I'm at the best I've been in a long time. Been with my love of my life now, Lane, for 13 months, going on 14 months, and it's nice to actually have somebody in my life that understands me, understands what I'm feeling without even saying anything. But as far as like just growth, I feel I have growth outside of this room and continued growth inside of it.
Getting back to the question, what are our future plans? Europe, Asia. We're trying to go international. We've done the national stuff. Obviously, the more opportunities we can get, we're going to jump on them for sure. But metal in America, the market isn't what it used to be. Unless you're a legacy band, Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Lamb of God, Slipknot, all the heavy hitters. Unless you're some sort of legacy act, the market here for new original metal is just, it's not there. But Europe, Asia, Australia, the Middle East, it's crazy. It's fun watching the analytics from your like Spotify numbers, your YouTube numbers. It's fun to see like where the most of your engagement is, most of your listeners are, and a lot of ours are again across the pond. So future plans: Europe, Asia, international. Reflection of Flesh 2024.
Future plans for the band: a lot of touring. A lot of going out and seeing all the fans that we have. A lot of tours. Making a new album at the end of the year. The whole thing. It's just incredible. To be a part of EMG with all that situation, it's just awesome. Got big plans with them. So yeah, that's what I think about the future of the band is we're gonna put out a lot of great albums, a lot of touring, just get to meet all the people you know, that we play with and just hanging out with you guys, you know.
NAMM 2024. What didn't we take from that experience? I mean, we were there the entire weekend. Really opened up my eyes to the fact that NAMM is the world's largest music convention, yet it's such a small world. As far as music goes, you know, if you're there probably for a reason. If not, you're just a really big fan. Either way around it, everybody at NAMM had a reason to be there. I feel like, in my heart of hearts, everybody that I talked to was either promoting something or pitching something, which is exactly what should be happening at such a convention. You know, it's gathering like minds, getting together all in the same spot to kind of revel in what we've done and brag about what we have coming up. It's something beautiful. It really is. You know, running into Will Marvelous, running into Brandon Richter, running into Ben Kaiser, running into our manager Paulie Andrejack, running into the Scorpion guy, Smitty, and Smitty's brother. Fucking hell, don't hate me for it. But, you know, it again, it's really easy to get lost in the system. But when you're where you're supposed to be at that given moment, it's really obvious to see the big picture. And yeah, NAMM was a fucking party, dude. Like I said, we were there for the entire weekend, so we were there for 4 days. And it didn't disappoint. I'll tell you that much right now. All of the contacts that we made while we were there, all of the networking that we did, already got a couple of things in motion rather. Chris just got his new in-ears audio, fucking in-ear set, and they're pretty fucking rad. We've been playing with them for a couple of weeks now, and already I can tell that it makes a huge difference. All the guitar stands, the leather stands, the strap stands, all the bands that we met. Just again trying to promote the craft, trying to promote the brand. It's exciting. You know, obviously 2020 put a big speed bump in the entertainment business with good reason. You know, can't really play shows if nobody can leave their fucking homes. But it does give me the utmost confidence in what we're doing, because after the dust has settled, you know, you watch bands just drop by the wayside, and it was happening on like a weekly basis almost. It seemed like, you know, there would either be internal turmoil, or just, I can't do this anymore, or why are we doing this anymore? And it's really disheartening, because I saw a couple of bands that I really respect and appreciate go down because of the pandy, and it's a real bummer. It is a real bummer, but at the same time, you know, we're still here. That's what's important to me. We're still here. We're still plugging. We're not going anywhere. And I feel like everything that we did while we were in California, while we were in Anaheim, I feel like it's gonna pay off. It will pay off. You know, you put enough time and effort towards something, it's almost inevitable. You know, I can almost guarantee you, anybody in the scene, anybody that's been trying to really do it, try to make it really trying to create that revenue stream, they're all gonna say the same thing, man. You gotta do your time. You know, it doesn't happen overnight unless you're some crazy phenom, savant, prodigy anomaly. You know, it now in this day and age with TikTok and YouTube and fucking Instagram, all the social media bullshit. It doesn't happen overnight. So I feel like, again, reiterating off of the experiences that we had at NAMM, we're right on the precipice. We're just waiting for the right shove in the right direction. Just waiting for the one opportunity to kind of put us where we belong. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel in my heart of hearts.
Oh my god. This is what musicians do while they're touring. I can't just sit down and play by myself. I'm kidding.
The NAMM Show. First of all, I just want to say it's an absolute pleasure to travel with both Garrett and Phil. They are my brothers. We've been through hell and back together, covering 27,000 miles in 8 months in 2021 and beginning of 2022. Obviously looking forward to doing that again. But the flight out was great. We actually got in a little early. However, we did have to take a Lyft or Uber, I can't remember which one it was, from LAX all the way up Anaheim, which through traffic was luckily not that bad because our driver knew what to do and take the carpool lane. There we go. Yeah, when we got there, it was just kind of getting the lay of the land. Found a coffee shop. Obviously, there's plenty of restaurants around there, food trucks. So we're just kind of getting the hang of the area. We were right down the street from the convention center, so travel to and from basically the convention center for NAMM was super simple. And then went to bed early because we had to adjust to the time change. Jet lag is a real thing, even when it's not that far of a travel. But we got up early the next day, went over, got our badges, made a couple other pit stops, good coffee, whatever, and then the NAMM Show started, and it was insane. I've never seen so many vendors there. From what I heard, it was a lot different than the years before. Obviously, this is one of the first ones still back from the pandemic, but what I took out from it, don't be afraid to talk to people. A lot of musicians and gear companies are very easy to talk to, very down to earth. Especially like the night we had the Scorpion Percussion hangout. Hung out with Dallas from formerly Nile, but Narcotic Wasteland, Joe Howard from Narcotic Wasteland. Got to meet the drummer Gonzo from Armored Saint. Even met Gary Holt and got to talk about the chair that I have that used to be his. I got it from a friend, and it's kind of a good conversation piece. But then obviously running into all our friends, but it kind of taught me that networking is a very important part of this whole process, and not just like networking with other bands. Obviously, that's a given and needed. We learned that from tour, but even before that, but actually just talking with like industry professionals, like recording producers and other musicians, and basically like just talking one-on-one with them was very enlightening. I think we set a pretty good foot in place basically to have a lot of support when this new album comes out, whether it be from Scorpion Percussion, MG Basses. Some of the other companies weren't there, but No Nuts Percussion was there. Got to see Bill after, quite a few years when I helped him at the Chicago Drum Show do demonstrations. But as far as anything goes, obviously, like, you can only network so much at the NAMM Show before you just, get lost in everything. But I do feel that this year's going to be big for us. Obviously, like, talking about the band and what we've all done, people are aware of who we are, and it's just the first step. So I'm really looking forward to what can come with this new album. Obviously, we're now, I think from now a little bit, just over a month from when everything will get released digitally. Physical copies will be a little bit later than that, but not too much later. I think we're ready to hit the ground and just run with it. It's a great album. It turned out great. There's 8 tracks. It's a little different than our other stuff, where this is actually the first time the 3 musicians are together writing everything, instead of just bouncing ideas back and forth and kind of playing with things and getting lost in the time of writing. But we put our nose to the grind and knocked them out. I think Scorpion and MG wants us to come back out again, and maybe we'll go out for a day or two, but not an extended period of time like we did. We did the whole weekend, especially when you put in 20,000 steps a day. It gets a little tiresome, but I'm really looking forward to possibly adding to the list of endorsements and endorsers. There's plenty of companies that make great equipment, and when you're starting out like this, you can't be afraid to try something that you wouldn't see yourself using, but at the same time, you can build on your whole roster of endorsers or your resume. I look forward to going back and seeing all of that chaos again.
As we catch ourselves finding a feel in its natural elements, searching for new bass gear.
But it was very, very cool. And we landed in LAX, and it was cool, man. Just a lot of people everywhere. It's LA, I think we took an Uber or a Lyft to Anaheim. It was cool, man. Saw the freeway was packed with fucking cars and just all these odd people driving 1,000,000 miles an hour and motorcycles swerving all over the place. It was weird, but it was so cool. It was like we could have watched somebody die and we could have kept right on going. It was awesome. Just so many people by the 4-way crossings, and all bands jamming on the side of the street, and just people having a great time, just all over the place. It was like the convention for all the music nerds and the geeks and the freaks and the long hairs, and everybody was kind of went home to the mothership. So it was cool, man. It was cool. But when we first got, our first stops, once we got settled in, we went and saw everybody, we went and saw fucking Scorpion and Chris's whole thing there with fucking Schmitty and his brother. It was super cool, man. Got to see them guys, and them guys are awesome. Every one of those guys, family, man, wish we had a lot more of them kind of people. The world would be better. But got a check and went over to Mauricio for MG, got a chance to finally meet him and his son. Once again, family, great people. I got a chance to meet a lot of endorsers that I'm endorsed with from all over the world, Brazil and Morocco and all that stuff. It was super, super cool, Got a chance to meet all different kind of contacts, Enki basses, just EMG and Dark Glass and just Diodario and DR strings. It was super cool. It was super cool to see all those people, and it was just a million motherfuckers running around. They're like, "Hey, there goes that guy. Hey, was that Ringo Starr? Hey, was that so and so? Was that Pete Townsend?" You know what I mean? So it was pretty cool, man. Going to a Scorpion pop-up bar thing afterwards, that was super cool. Gotta drink a lot of booze and fucking had a great time, and was meet all these people that were endorsers from all these bands that we knew, and it was really cool. Got a chance to order Jack and Cokes that were all Jack and a little bit of Coke. But who knows, whatever, man, whatever in LA stays in LA, right? But it was really cool. It's kind of the walks in between. There's a lot of good people. I thought the convention for 24 was a fucking grand slam, Great times, man. Got a chance to fucking hit the hot tub every day. Bunch of weird people in there swimming around, you know. But it was super cool. What I took from the convention of 2024 is that we're all together in this. We're like one big family, man. One big nerd pile. Just kind of like all sticking out, and we're meeting everybody we're jamming with and having a good time, and, you know, just having a fucking blast. And also, too, our manager met us out there from EMG, Paul Andrejack. Great guy, great company, man. I wish more people would got a chance to meet Paul. He's a fucking freak. I love him. You know what I mean? But that fits right in our little group, man. Bunch of freaks, you know. So metal on, you know. But what I learned from the convention was that with all like the new up and coming talent and all the young kids and all the freaky people and all the jazz and the rumba and the Latin beats and everything, man, we're all together, you know. It's all one big family. But that's what I take out of things, you know. And I love my brothers very much, you know. I love Chris, I love Garrett, I love Paul, everybody family-wise, you know, my wife, everybody, you know, Garrett and Monica, Chris and Lane. I think that's one big family, you know, and it kind of fits, you know. But it is what it is, man. Metal on.
So we've been playing metal in Milwaukee for a while now, and it never gets old. After we play our set live, there's at least one person that always asks, who are you guys? Who are we?
We are.
We are.
We are Reflection of Flesh. Bitch.